All right, I think I've done it. Yoshi, come here. I think I've cracked the Vosh case wide open, and I'm ready to make a video on it. God damn, how does he work so fast? Now what do I do with all this research? You know what? I can't deal with this. I need a more supportive assistant.
Hello, printer.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Need a video idea? Because I got the perfect guy right here.
Take a look.
I found my tip just fine when I was giving it to your fucking mom!
Get this guy out of here.
Show them what it really means to live life golden. Yeah, we're golden, baby.
So this is Vosh.
Should consuming child porn be legal? I think that would be, yes, more legal and more ethically consistent. Yes, 100%.
One of those debate bros who need a moral argument for everything, including CP. So already you see how much of a likable guy Vosh is. But trust me, it gets better. So on a live stream, most likely talking to his chat about how his balls look like SpongeBob at the end of the movie because he plays with his little wee-wee every chance he gets. And the only reason we know all this is because he tells his stream every chance he gets why he decides to play with his Johnson.
Stroking as hard and fast as we can, and then after we nut, we go back, look over our history chat, and we go like, oh geez, oh boy, some of these girls looked pretty young. Okay, I don't give a fuck. All right, I still don't care. I still think that like zoophile porn, like drawn stuff, it should be 100% legal. In fact, and this is going to be a real hot take, I have yet to hear a convincing moral or legal argument as to why possession of child pornography should be illegal.
Consuming child porn be legal? I think that would be, yes, more legal and more ethically consistent. Yes, 100%.
It is possible for an adult and a child to have a sexual relationship.
But in his live stream, his not-so-secret hentai folder was revealed.
You can see this is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to.
Now in this photo, there were images of horses, no Bojack, going to town on girls that looked like they should be in the third grade, but Vosh instead decided to offer them the third leg. So now, with the context of this drama, who do you think came? Who do you think came? We know it was Vosh. So now with the context of the drama, who do you think was his knight in shining armor? That's right, the man who loses his breath walking up the stairs and probably thought the Louisiana Purchase was an order off the Popeyes menu. The man who gets so little from his wife that he begs girls online for a crumb, like Squidward in that box.
Spare coochie. Spare coochie, ma'am.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about Tipster. It all started when Tipster ran to Twitter to defend Vosh, which I will kindly have Bo Blacks read.
Genuinely disappointed in seeing what H3 did to Vosh earlier tonight. You'd think after everything Hassan's community, as well as others in the past have done to misrepresent Ethan, he wouldn't be so quick to do the same to others. Yet here we are. He even used the same out-of-context clips alt-writers have used to defame Vosh time and time again. Whatever this was intended to be, there is one thing for sure. This was not the move, and it was an extremely bad faith misrepresentation of Vosh.
Check him out, y'all. He dick riding. Look, he got the dick all in his mouth. Look. Shaboing boing, get the dick out your mouth, dummy.
So basically, what Tipster is saying is Ethan should be giving Vosh the benefit of the doubt because when Hassan's fans were being racist, Vosh did not join in, which I gotta say, bravo. I know it's hard not being racist. I slip up every once in a while, you know. It happens to the best of us. But let me ask, Tipster, where in this situation does Ethan use the benefit of the doubt? Oh, well, guys, you gotta understand. She wasn't 8. She was 8,000 years old. Tipster always also somehow thought Ethan calling out a guy for having CP on his computer is a trans issue.
I would not be defending him if I thought he actually believed in, you know, arguments in favor of child pornography.
It is possible for an adult and a child to have a sexual relationship and for it to have positive outcomes on the child as well.
So that was a fucking lie.
I would not be defending him if I actually believed he was in favor of sexual relationships between adults and minors. I would not be defending him for any of these things. If this were true, I would be disavowing him. But the thing is, it's not true. And that's why I'm going to bat for him. I don't know if you realize how optically bad what you just said looks. This looks fucking terrible, Ethan. You are talking to a community of people, the LGBTQ community, which are very regularly accused of being pedophiles and groomers constantly being accused of these things. And you're going to ask them the question, how often are you being accused of being a pedo that you need a nickname for it?
Yes! Yes!
a hearty honking amount of sense. Someone accused of pedophilia must be a trans thing, because that isn't transphobic at all. Tipster has clearly fallen to the Keppel's trap of, how can I make this about me? Honestly, Tipster, I can help you make it about you. Let's go ahead and dig into your past. Why don't?
Lilith, also known as Delusia, tweeted out that she was a lesbian, to which Tipster notoriously replied, "Why do all the hot ones not like dick?"
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Ah yes, many well-adjusted men in their mid-30s ask why 16-year-olds don't like penis. Because when I think of a well-adjusted man in society, I think of one who's ready to sling penis anywhere.
Hey everyone, Tipster here, and I wanted to take a moment to respond to the situation that unfolded on Twitter a few days ago and kind of give my thoughts on the matter. In the past, when situations have gone on involving me, I have just kind of taken it laying down and allowed people to kind of come to their own conclusions or whatever, and I've decided I'm not going to do that this time. There is far too much misinformation and misrepresentation of this situation going on, some of which is bad faith, and some of which is purely based off of ignorance. And as a result, people are coming to conclusions about my character and who I am as a person that aren't even remotely accurate. But anyway, on Twitter there was a big commotion that started surrounding a friend of mine known as Rum, a picture she liked, and my defense of her regarding this picture.
So what was the picture, Tipster?
Now I get it, some of you are all probably already confused. How does liking a picture cause drama? Well, the argument was made that this picture may be inappropriate, that this picture may be qualified as something known as lolly. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with lolly is anime-inspired art depicting children. And where that becomes an issue is when these pictures depict a child in an inappropriate manner. So some of the people had seen the picture that she liked and that it was in her likes on Twitter, took issue with it and interpreted it to be lolly. Now, for obvious reasons, I cannot show the picture here, but the only thing I will say is that it was not a fully nude picture and it was not depicting a child engaged in any kind of sex act.
Okay, well in that case, we should have no problems.
And some of the people having these conversations...
Alright, hold on now. I've seen pictures of these posted on Twitter before. They're voting on taking her clothes off. That's exactly what they're voting on, whether or not to take her clothes off. Because that's exactly what that is, the like and retweet thing. Is that not what that is? So Tipster went to bat for this girl by swearing it wasn't lolly, kind of like he's doing right now with Vosh. But then later admits that it was, which begs the question, Tipster, why once again are you going to bat so hard? Tipster seems to view himself as some sort of expert on what pedophiles do, think, and do not think, because we have this situation where a girl had a disease that made her look very young, and her parents were very concerned that any future dating prospects would be pedophiles trying to take advantage of her. In which Tipster, the great hero himself, came in and said pedophiles are not attracted to children, people that look like children. They are attracted to children because of their age. But of course, you are an expert of what pedophiles do and do not think. I would implore that you are what's the word? An elevated thinker. But of course, that only makes sense. Pedophiles are only attracted to age, not to looks. Of course, Tipster himself, takes one to know one. Yeah, I'm sorry, not really being apologetic, but it takes one to know one. And I'm sorry, I'm just throwing out allegations there, but you do the same thing, which we're gonna dig into that later. Alright, so going back to the Vosh thing, even ignoring the lolly, right? Ignoring that, even though that's the problem. Let's ignore that. We've heard zero on the zoophilia involved. I guess Tipster's okay with that too. I mean, it's getting to the point where they're trying to call Ela Klein a damn terrorist.
I mean, I can also be bad faith, Here's a photo of her holding a rifle in her IDF uniform. Wonder what she did with that rifle. If we're gonna just be bad faith and use out of context shit.
Spare Coochie Ma'am.
Tipster and Keppels really think all this Vosh hate is in bad faith. That not only are they defending this, but they're throwing out wild clips of Ethan taken so far out of context that this is actual slander. This is a man with a son, and the fact that you can't see why he has a problem with the art shown, maybe all three of your hard drives need to be checked on some lightning McRumor shit. The fact that Tipster is so offended that Ethan called out Vosh being a pedophile, you think he'd be very particular with who he throws that accusation towards. No, just throws around loosely in the context of a 40-year-old man dating a 20-year-old. Which again, I just find it crazy that you two have a problem with someone dating someone of age. But then we get to pictures of underage, and all of a sudden, let's have a conversation, guys. Let's relax. Yeah, all of you are strange. Tipster, you might be the most. Three of you really fighting for that top spot of most pedophile-ish. But I think I'll just call it 3 of them pedophiles and leave it at that. So I'm writing this part 3 days after the OG script, and everything I said so far has not only stood the test of time, but has been confirmed by Tipster. Tipster has now issued an apology for defending Vosh.
The other thing I want to do really quickly, before I wrap up this segment is I do want to apologize to some of my friends who I care a lot about. One of those friends being Keffels.
Oh my god, bro, is dick riding all you do? No, I'm saying you literally got that nigga dick in your mouth right now. I see it.
You really, hold on, you really thought he was apologizing for defending Lolly? No, you bewildering buffoon. No, Tipster can't go one day without being Keffel's sniveling little suck-up sellout full of suffering succotash. Can I just say I did that on the first take? I did that on the first, I'm that guy. Yeah, I know I'm that guy.
The other thing is this whole experience has honestly ruined anime for me in general. I said it before, like, hentai was never my thing, but if you're into hentai, honestly, just stay the fuck away from that shit, because holy fuck, like, you could look at something that looks perfectly fine and then later find out it's lolly, and then you could find yourself in a situation like this. So this whole situation has honestly ruined anime for me so fucking much that I never want to watch anime again. I don't want anything to do with anime. I got my waist bin here and I got some of my anime. We got Death Note, one of my favorites. Fuck it, throw it in the bin. We got some Dragon Ball Z, another great anime show. Throw it in the...
I mean, I watch Naruto, but I don't think about giving Shikamaru a rim job every time I look at him. I know for a fact, when Tipster ended the stream, he went straight back to that trash can after the stream just to bust one more time.
Whew. Glad that stream is done.
Come on. Come on. Yes. Yes.
In conclusion, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, there's no way I'm calling it a moose. Tipster needs his hard drive checked. But anyways, that's gonna do it for the video. If you like the video, then leave a like on the video, alright? Please. Alright, as a matter of fact, not even please. Leave a like on the video, alright? This is a demand. And you know what? If you disagree with me, leave a comment instead of leaving a dislike, because I don't know what that means. Alright, it annoys me when I just get hit with dislikes and I don't know why. Please tell me why I'm retarded in the comments so I can argue with you, and then tell you why you're retarded. But anyways, after this video, I might be taking a short little break to recoup and reevaluate the channel. And this is your big homie Brent, and I'm signing out.
僕らにどんな世界が道なき道の先に待ってる声なき声はこのままどこにも届かずに消えてゆく